Hello, everyone. My name is Owen Murphy, co founder of the Sales Circle, where we have helped over 300 people with zero experience break into tech sales, where you have the opportunity to be earning multiple six figures per year and set yourself up for an absolutely amazing career. And doing this for people with absolutely zero tech experience. And today, I have one of those people on here by the name of Tristan, who has just landed his tech sales role, and he's coming on here to tell us about his story from breaking into tech sales through the Sales Circle. So, to kick things off, Tristan, who are you, where are you from, and where have you landed your role?
I'm Tristan. I'm from Glasgow, Scotland, and I landed my role at UpGuard, which is a cybersecurity company, as an SDR. So yeah.
Very, very, very exciting. And yeah, so Tristan, I suppose, one of the big things we always talk about is that, the people we're working with, they're coming with literally zero sales or tech sales experience, definitely specifically, So take me back to before you joined in the sales circle with ourselves. Like, what were you doing? And I suppose what made you feel like, something actually needed to change?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, I was actually a web developer before jumping into tech sales. So I came from the technical side of it. I did that for about 3 years out of uni, and over the course of like 3 years, I just kind of realized it wasn't really for me. I wasn't really fulfilled by it, and I kind of didn't want to spend my life just fixing buttons on a spreadsheet or on a form or something like that. So, yeah, I kind of had a long, hard talk with myself over the last couple of years, or no, in 25, yeah, in 25, and I just decided that I needed a change because I just wasn't getting fulfilled. And then, to be honest, as well, it was in terms of the money. Like I knew I could be making more and had more to give, but I wasn't going to get it there. So yeah, that's when I found yourself, and I eventually enrolled in the sales circle.
Very good, very good. And I suppose when you did that, and like you can be honest here, like when you first heard about breaking into tech sales, especially doing so with no sales experience or anything, like did you actually believe it was like possible for someone like you who like you literally had no sales experience whatsoever?
Yeah, no, no, no. Good question. No, I didn't, to be honest, and that's why I followed you. I was like, I'm gonna keep up with this guy and see if what he's saying is actually legit. To be completely honest with you, and I'm really glad I did because I mean, look, we're sat here right now, and I've almost doubled my income, like just from doing this course and sticking to it, showing up every day, and then, but yeah, no, I did have my doubts, but I'm glad I made the jump, and it proved to be
And
very
I
beneficial.
suppose I suppose looking at that, like I suppose sitting in your seat at that time and your background looking at tech sales, like what was it specifically about tech sales and maybe like the background you had that may were making you feel like, oh, like this is like, can this actually be done? Like,
Yeah, so I think actually that's probably why it was tech sales for me, just because I do love tech, and if I was going to do anything, it was always going to be in technology. And so
hmm,
it was more the sales side of it. I didn't know if I could do. I knew the tech, and that's why I almost felt was my kind of competitive edge getting into tech
hmm.
sales. I can have conversation, I can have technical conversations with people, but it was the sales side of it that I was like, can I do this? Can I do it? And we're here, so I must be able to.
Very good, very good. And I suppose, I remember when we spoke, originally you were like, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Like, what
Yeah.
was the thing that made you decide that you were like, okay, look, you know what, I'm going to invest in myself here. I'm going to invest in the guys. Like, what was the thing that kind of made you kind of push over the line and say, like, I'm just going to go for this?
Yeah, no, that's yeah, again, a good question. I think comes down to a few things. Like, as you know, like I talked to you a little while before, but then I kind of sat on the
Yeah.
fence, and I wasn't really ready to make the jump at that point. And I don't know if there was like one in particular reason, but it was more just like the doubt: is it going to work? Is it am I going to get the return on investment from it? Am I going to get the job? And you have all these doubts and fears. It is natural, but from what I could see by following your content and keeping up and seeing all the testimonials from real people, I was just like, the only reason it would fail is if you didn't come in and do the work. Like that's it, and that's as simple as that. And I knew I was ready to commit to it. So yeah, I don't know if it was one moment more as just a kind of collection of following you and then thinking about it over a period of time, as you do with these things. And yeah, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did it. Like,
Yeah, and I suppose the thing is as well, and I always say to a lot of people when they come to me and they have that hesitancy, I'm like, yeah, of course you do. Like you're looking to make such a big change in here, but like the question is, it's like is, you suppose, not making that change actually scarier in terms of like if you were still sat in the place that you were at that time, still doing the back end development, is like, is it worth not taking that risk?
100%. And that was it as well. It was the fear of remaining the same and nothing changing. And I knew if something was gonna change something, I had to make the change. Like I had to do something. And so,
Mhm.
and this was that. And again,
Yeah.
just absolutely just changed my life in a lot of ways. So yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, unfortunately, is like on that, it's like you have to make the change for yourself. No one else is going to make it for you, and it's like, to say if nothing changes, nothing changes. Like you have to
Exactly.
just be willing to just go for yourself and say like, yeah, you know what, like I have to do this for myself, and I have to make sure this happens. And you made the decision obviously to come into the program and do it while being guided by us, and obviously you kind of be sitting on the sideline seeing the testimonials. But I suppose from the moment you came in to now actually landing the job in an absolutely amazing company, like fully remote, still living in Glasgow, everything like that, like walk me through, like what was that experience actually like?
Yeah, so in terms of like the actual program itself, it was, do you know, it was brilliant. And there's a number of things, but at the start, the first thing you get hit with is just like so much learning and just so much content to absorb and just get stuck into. And yeah, it took me, I can't remember specifically how long, but I just remember the first couple of weeks was just all learning, getting everything done in terms of the actual program. And then the other part of it was the community. The community was brilliant, and it was everybody just sharing the wins and everybody trying to help each other out. And then you start landing interviews and start setting up your CVs and your LinkedIn's, and then when you start actually getting to these mock call stages, then the coaches as well, especially David, the coach who helped me through the mock calls, he was absolutely brilliant. And I actually don't think I would have gotten through the mock calls if it wasn't from him, because you can over prepare, and you're all about your script. And then and I realized I was locking myself into a script, and if they said one thing out of line, I wasn't. I was like, I wouldn't have known what to say. And David really showed me that. He's like, mate, you need to pull it back. You need to simplify it. And honestly, like I absolutely smashed any mock call I got because he prepared me so well for that. And yeah, it's just the whole experience is brilliant, and it's not like a one and done. Like I've been in it for since November, or I just can't remember when I joined, but I'm always in there. I'm always checking what's going on, and there's even the alumni section now, and yeah, it's just brilliant. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely look amazing to hear. And I think, for a lot of people, especially when you're going through this and you're trying to just maybe figure this out on your own, and there's so much unknown, and it's that fear of
Yeah.
like you actually don't know what you don't know, and just having, say, for example, someone like David who's done this with so many people and coached so many people, being part of the program, just to be able to just bounce ideas people off, make mistakes, and actually get feedback.
Yeah, totally. No, absolutely. And that was one thing that David did really well for me, was that he just gave me feedback, and we ran it through a couple of times. And then even and the coaches, everybody wants everybody to win. So it's like, even though I set up a meeting with David, he didn't have much availability, but he knew my interview was the next day, and he was like, right, look, we'll have a 15-minute sync before, just to make sure you're ready to go. We'll do a quick mock call, and you'll absolutely smash it. He got my number. He was messaging me afterwards, like, how'd it go and all that. And I just love that. Like, everybody's just in
Yeah.
there to help each other out, and that's like, see, from having buyer, or like, not having buyer's remorse, but having, you pay for it, and then you're like, oh, have I done the right thing? To immediately be hit with people like that, it's just like, what was I worried about? You know what I mean? Like, it's just brilliant. Yeah.
Unreal, man. And then, this was the moment then. What was it like? You got the call from UpGuard to say you landed the job. Like, what was that moment like?
Honestly, it was unbelievable. The packet, the position, the fully remote, everything. Like, I kept checking the contract once I signed it to make sure they weren't going to take it away from me. Like, I was like, is this real? Like, is this actually my job? It's a life changing opportunity for me, and it just goes to show. Like, I think, I don't know how many people apply for that job, but on LinkedIn it said over 100. So you're always like, right, okay, well, here we go. And to the fact that I got it, it's like, what? And it's just, it's everything I learned from the sales circle. It's just preparation. It's doing the job before you're in the job. All the UpGuard people I messaged before I even got to the interviews told me, just make sure, be yourself, but be coachable. Coachability was such a
Mm.
focus for the whole thing. And it's like, you don't, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people in these interview processes aren't doing this, and so it's just simply doing more than the next guy, and then making sure before every interview I was talking to David, or especially before the mock calls, and then getting that call, especially for the packet and the compensation, like that's life changing to me. So it was just unbelievable, and I can't wait to start. Yeah.
And I suppose looking now like that, it is so exciting. And I think it's when you see now, and you're looking forward, and you can kind of see the path that is in front of you if you're willing to go and take it with both hands, which I've obviously no doubt you're going to do that. And I suppose looking on now, like I suppose the excitement, like how do you feel about, I suppose, the years to come within tech sales, and the excitement of that, as opposed to maybe what you were feeling like looking forward in the years in the web development side of things?
Oh, it's just up from here. It's just up, you know. Especially, it's not only a course on how to get into tech sales; it's a program on how to be a top performer once you're in there. And so, like, I know that I'm prepared with the tools in my skill set now to go in there and absolutely smash it. And I know exactly what I need to do to make sure I'm doing that. Like, yeah, I'm just so excited. Like I know exactly what my target is. I know exactly how to reverse engineer that. I know exactly what I'll need to do every day to make sure I hit that and exceed it. And with a company like this, like with the amount of flexibility and the fact I can work from anywhere, it's just brilliant. And then also getting paid for what you're actually putting in is amazing. So yeah, really looking forward to the future.
Look, absolutely amazing, man. Look, I suppose one last question then really is that there's probably so many people maybe watching this, sitting in your shoes, maybe come from a technical background or similar to, and there's just I suppose assumption that people from technical backgrounds maybe can't be in sales roles and things like that. I suppose if someone's watching this right now, sitting in the same position you were a couple of months ago, like what would you be saying to them?
I would say to them, there's only so much time you can think about it before you have to make a decision, because that's exactly what technical people are like. They like to think and think and think and think until they can think through a problem, which I understand, and that's my whole background. But at one point, you just have to make the decision for yourself. And if my experience is anything to go off, as soon as I joined the sales circle, it's only been positive, and I've only developed as a person and my skills within sales. It's skills that you have for life. So, and it's a community you have for life as well. So I would just say, go for it. You've got nothing to lose.
Absolutely unbelievable, man. Well, look, I am so excited for you to start in UpGuard, and I can't wait to see smashing at SDR. I know you were just talking to me about this before in terms of you're already seeing, like, they literally have laid out like your progression path in front of you already.
Yeah, they absolutely have, yeah. Which is it's just amazing to see, especially coming into something so new, but having such a clear path laid out for you, and also like you can go anywhere in the company. Like, it's such a cool company, but you know everybody starts out at the same level, and this is exactly the path you need to take, and then the world is, or your future is kind of oyster. You know what I mean? Like, you can go anywhere you want. So it's it's great. It's great. I'm absolutely buzzing.
Absolutely unbelievable, man. Well, guys, anyone that's watching this on and they're saying, yeah, well, look at this, this sounds good. If Tristan can do it, I can surely do it as well. Tristan is one of the hundreds of people that we have helped in doing this, and he's going to go on now and absolutely smash it. As I said, Tristan is now into like our alumni channel, so by all means, like, you know, he's staying involved in the company, more training and everything like that, making sure he is 100% coming a top performer on the team. If you're watching this and you feel like you want to be the next person to make this transition, go down to the link below in the description where you can go to our website, just submit a form, we'll reach out, we'll book in a call, and we'll have a chat about how you, from whatever background it is, like we have helped people from, as Tristan, from technical backgrounds, also though like corporate, fucking finance, marketing, customer service, healthcare, HR, whatever, psychologists, doctors, we've done them all at this stage, and you can 100% be next. So go, click the link, fill out the form, and until next time, guys, have a good one. Thanks very much, Tristan.
Thank you.